Hello again and welcome back to the channel. And today we'll be talking about a new interview which shows that shady is as shady does. That's my shady version of stupid is as stupid does, and Eminem remains shady inside, that's for sure. So in a recent interview that Elton John did with the Irish Times, Elton John answered a couple of questions from celebrities and friends, and Eminem has a history with Elton John, so in this case is celebrity and friend to Elton John. Now, Elton John is nothing short of legendary, and since the official chart started in the United States, Elton John has had the highest selling single of all time. I'm talking about pure sales since the chart began in the 1950s. Just to give you some context, Candle in the Wind 1997 released in September 1997, and according to the RIAA, it went diamond in less than a month. I'm sure some of you guys didn't register what I just said, so I'll slow it down. The song was released in September 1997 in the era of physical copies and went 1, 2, 3 all the way up to 11 times platinum in October of that same year, so in less than a month. That was also the first single in RIAA's history to go diamond. I go through my analytics and I know I have a lot of young viewers, so that's some history lesson. And later on in the video, I'll also expand on Eminem's history with Elton John. But first, let's get to the point at hand. So speaking with the Irish Times, Eminem sent a question to Elton John and asked, "Have you used your wedding gift yet?" And this was Elton John's answer. "Nope. Eminem bought me and David matching C-rings when we got married. That was his gift. They sit there like crown jewels in this beautiful box on satin cushions. They're wonderful to look at. I don't know if any guests we've had have used them. God, I hope not. They're kind of sacrosanct. The fact that they came from Eminem makes it even better. It's very him, as is this question. I call him up every couple of months, and every time he picks up the phone he says the same thing. Hello, you old C-word, how are you? Justin Timberlake says the same thing actually. Now, this wasn't the only time Eminem was brought up in the conversation, and we'll get to more on this in a second. But remember what I said earlier, shady is as shady does, and that's certainly a shady question that Eminem asked Elton John on this one, out in the open for the world to see, which is quite hilarious. Before we get to more on this, remember to hit that like button if you enjoy content like this. The likes are free of charge. If you're new here, also hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications to never miss a video. So Eminem was also brought up when Elton John answered Donatella's Versace's question. When she asked him, "You saved my life, how many other lives have you saved?" And Elton John stated how he has helped others like Eminem to get over addiction. He stated, "Donatella's talking about addiction here. I'm responsible for helping a lot of people get sober and hopefully to stay sober. That's your responsibility and it's part of the process. You give them your phone number, you take theirs, you make sure you phone them, check up on them, see they're okay. That's what I did with Eminem." Now, Eminem and Elton John go way back, and they even performed Stan at the Grammys together, a performance that I consider to be one of the best I've seen at the Grammys. You know, when the Grammys still had a good rep. And Elton John is always first in line to defend Eminem when publications try to come for him for his lyrics. I share Elton John's opinion on the matter. And in 2017, for instance, speaking with Zane Lowe in an interview for Bit One, Elton John stated that he was floored when he first heard the Marshall Mathers LP that released in 2000, and I quote him here. "I thought, how could anyone think this is what he really thinks? He's just writing about the way things are, not how he thinks, but the way things are. I'm always a supporter of the people that are getting trashed. For me, Eminem was never phobic. I'll fight for anyone who's misunderstood and misrepresented by the idiots out there, he said. Now, many organizations that fight for rights of special people weren't happy when Elton John performed Stan with Eminem and are appalled by the fact that he considers Eminem a friend. GLAAD even stated that Eminem promotes violence to special people and that they were appalled that Elton John would share a stage with Eminem. But as Elton John stated in 2017, he'll have the back of anyone who is misunderstood and misrepresented by the idiots out there, so it's safe to say that GLAAD for issuing that statement about the Stan performance qualify as idiots out there. So on a scale of 1 to 10, how shady was that wedding gift from Eminem, and the fact that he still asks if he's used it? And what do you think of Eminem and Elton John's friendship? One thing we can thank Elton John for is for the role he played in helping Eminem overcome addiction, and he's played an important role in making sure we got relapse recovery all the way up to Kamikaze. As no Eminem equals no new project, and we even expect an upcoming album soon, and Elton John played an important role in making all this possible. Leave your thoughts below, like and subscribe if you haven't, and see you on the next one.